If you're looking for a new job now or just want a polished resume prepared for the future, FirstForward can help. In this video, I'll demonstrate how to create a professional resume, and you don't need any word processing skills at all. FirstForward automatically formats the resume for you. I'm logged in as verified test member Maria, who represents a sworn law enforcement officer with Juniper Hills Police Department. To build a resume, under the Experience menu, I'll click My Credentials. Your resume is automatically filled out based on the data you add to this page. You control exactly what information is included and what information you want to track in FirstForward, but don't want to make visible to others and don't want included on your resume. I've already added Maria's current employment, but nothing else. So her resume is not quite ready to go, but let's take a look anyway. In the bottom right corner, I'll click Print Resume. This automatically downloads the FirstForward resume in portable document format, or PDF. I'll click on the downloaded file to view it, which will open the file in a new browser tab. There's not much to see so far. I'm going to close the file, and this is going to be out of your view, but I'm just clicking on the X for the browser tab that the resume opened up in, and this is going to bring me back to FirstForward. This may look or work a little bit differently for you depending on the browser settings and configuration that you use. We saw that Maria's current employer was already added and appears on the resume. Now I'll add her previous employer information. To begin, still on the My Credentials page, in the Employment History section, I'll click Add Employment. In the Add Employment window, begin typing the past employer's name. Any potential matches appear in the drop-down list, and I can select the past employment from here if it's already listed. If not, we'll need to type the full name and be sure there are no typos or spelling mistakes, and then click Create New. Also, add the city and state. And then, since this is previous employment, we'll want to add the start and the end dates. And here's the key point. If you check the visibility box, include this information on my professional credentials, then this data will appear on your resume. You can always change the visibility later, which I'm going to show you in a few minutes. I'll click Save here and show you how the resume looks now. Okay, so back on the My Credentials page, click Print Resume, and then open the downloaded file. Notice how the past employment is now added. It's completely up to you how much detail you want to add on your resume, but for this demo, I'm going to go back and add the job titles and duties for Maria's past employment. In the Employment History section, next to the entry for Maria's past employment, I'll click the Action menu. From here, I'm going to click Add Job Title. In the Add Your Job Title window, I'll pause the video to save time while I add Maria's job title, the date range, and primary duties. Okay, now I'll save this, and then let's view the resume again. See, now the additional previous employer information displays. I think that's enough sample employment information for now. I'll close out of the resume again to return to FirstForward. We know public safety officers frequently go above and beyond the call of duty. If you have been recognized, consider documenting it. Whether you add it to your resume or not is up to you, but you can always go back and quickly review the commendation the next time you're having a challenging day. To document a sample for our test user Maria, I'll click Add Commendation and complete the required fields in the Add Commendation window. To save time, I'll pause the video now while I type everything out. Okay, I've added the award name, description, and award date. Let me show you how to attach a commendation letter. If you have a digital PDF file, just click Select Document and choose the file from your computer. Then click Save. Okay, let's take a look. Where's the commendation I just added? Did you happen to notice in the Add Commendation window I did not check the box for visibility? That's why it's not showing here on the resume. Let's adjust that real quick. Remember, you control the visibility of everything you add on the My Credentials page. Just click the On/Off button here to show or hide the information. Okay, now when we print the resume again, there it is. Certifications can be tracked in FirstForward also. You earned it, so showcase it on your resume or at least keep track of it digitally. FirstForward is a great tool for tracking all the documentation related to your career. To start, click Add Certification. Adding a certification is very similar to adding a commendation with the addition of a few extra fields. I'll pause the video again and I'll add a couple of certifications for Maria. Okay, we've added a couple of certifications for Maria, but I'm going to skip viewing the resume this time. We'll add some training and volunteer work before we look at the final product. Any training that you complete through FirstForward will be automatically listed here. You can also manually add training that you completed outside of FirstForward. Click Add Training to get started. To save time, I'll pause the video while I fill out the Add Training window to add Maria's sample basic training class. You can add all the training you want to keep track of, then just adjust the visibility based on what you want to include in your resume. If your passion for helping others in your professional life is part of your personal life too, consider sharing your volunteer work here. Click Add Volunteer Activity. To save time, I'll pause the video while I fill out the Add Volunteer Activity window for our sample user, Maria. Okay, I'll click Save here, and again, we'll be back on the My Credentials page. And you can see I've only added a little bit of information for each type of data, but let's look at Maria's resume now. FirstForward has created a professionally formatted resume, which includes all the data we marked as visible. If you were looking for a place to track all of your career-related documentation, you have found it in FirstForward. Always secure, always backed up, and always ready. Be sure to check out the next video, Contact Employer, to learn how to use FirstForward to inquire about a posted job. Thank you for your continued service in public safety. We are glad you're part of the FirstForward community.